Hey Grace,
Hi.
what brings you to my office today?
So I've been having trouble with my relationship. So essentially, I don't have a great relationship, as you know, with my family. But my boyfriend really wants to move after college to Boston. And the thing is, like, I'm okay with that. I don't mind. I can deal with it. But it's very cold and I don't know. It's like a new place, it's a new area. I'm not sure if I would want to uproot my life from here. And I don't know if I want to move, but he's like, it's gonna be good, you know? Like, he'll have a new job, he has family in the area. I kind of like his family. Like, I mean, they're nice. I get along with them. I can make it work.
I got
But
you.
I was just wondering, like, how much should I compromise? Like, how much compromise is healthy?
I got you. Okay, so today, I'd like to try the interpersonal model with you to help you out with this issue that you came today for. The interpersonal model just pretty much just highlights it, like the belief that people's interactions can influence their day-to-day emotions, their self-concept, their self-worth, and their behavior. So, sort of like with positive relationships with your boyfriend, it's gonna bring on like day-to-day happiness, increase your serotonin and dopamine levels, and it pretty much just lifts your spirits up every time. It goes vice versa as well. That with negative relationships, it can bring down those levels of serotonin and dopamine, as well as cause emotions that sort of like anxiety and anger with these people, which I can see that perhaps that your family would be causing these issues. But these issues, let's talk about them a little bit more. So you mentioned that you got a bit of trouble with your family as well. Like, elaborate a little bit more on that. Like, what causes you the most distress with your family?
I would say my mom, growing up, she was like very manipulative and emotionally abusive. So we don't have the best relationship, but she's very like, she wasn't aware that she did that abuse, because she believes I was brainwashed. So a little bit of that drama, but I'm okay moving away from them because of that, really. But I will miss my siblings, so that is a bit hard.
I got you. I'm sorry to hear that, honestly. Just it's always a struggle when you can't have those familiar connections and rely on them.
For sure.
But you mentioned that you're pretty good with your boyfriend's family, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's good. That's good. It's I'm hearing what I'm hearing is that this amount of compromise that your boyfriend's suggesting to go over to Boston, have a new job and everything, change of massive life decisions, be closer to family and everything. It's causing you a bit of distress, as noted by how much you've been fiddling with your ring already. And I get that this is a massive decision or turning point in your life for the same fact that you said it's going to be moving away to a strange place that you've never been to before.
Exactly.
Have you never visited Boston before? No.
No.
See, that's a big issue right there. It would have been a little bit easier if you had perhaps visited beforehand.
For sure.
But yeah, I get the discomfort of not wanting to move at all. But for the most part, before we tackle that, how much you should be compromising in this relationship, I want to talk about some techniques that you could try with your boyfriend on communication. Do you got a healthy line of communication with your boyfriend, or?
Relatively.
Relatively?
Yeah.
I got you, okay. So, how familiar are you with the I statements?
Not a lot.
I got you. So, I statements are essentially explaining your emotions in short phrases. Like, for example, to start out with, it's I feel a certain way.
Okay.
And then it transitions into because your partner does something that agitates you. Afterwards, it's when they do it and what sort of situation brings it up. And then lastly, it It's what you need from a change that they can do,
Mhm.
or in this case, compromise.
Yeah.
There's also another way called summarizing what
Mhm.
your partner's been telling you.
Mhm.
Sort of just repeat back to them on what they're saying so they can hear your interpretation of what they have told you.
Okay.
It basically allows them to logically break down how your interpretation is being taken
Mhm.
and allow them to process their own words back.
Got it.
And one last way that you could try is sort of stepping into their shoes, you know? This whole move, it sounds like a great positive for him, because if he wants to continue this relationship and go on to potentially marriage and everything,
Mhm.
he wants to have a financial security, he wants to have potentially familial connections that are closer, so,
Yeah.
and he knows about your issues about not having a close family life with your own parents, so he wants to provide that sort of connection that you've never received before.
I haven't thought about that.
But let's loop back to your original question. When it comes to compromising, it's always going to be a 50-50. It's never going to be a 51-49. It's always going to be 50-50. So I would suggest using these techniques and talking it out with them.
Mhm.
While you may still move to Boston eventually, he'll at least be able to consider what you've mentioned through those talks and apply them when you guys move over there, or not, depending on how it goes and everything.
Yeah.
But from where the situation is going, it looks like it's gonna end up you two in Boston and
Mhm.
having a new life over there.
Yeah.
But
All right.
is there
Thank you.
anything else?
No, that was it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a great one now.
You too.